Everyone, welcome back to Juco Jam. This is season 4, episode 2. You know the main man that's here, Brandon Goebel. Brandon, thanks for joining us. Great
Let's
to see
go.
you, man. What an amazing week that we had. We had some great action. Let's start Tuesday night. Jones County, 99-85 winners over Three Rivers. The first half was simply amazing, Brandon. Jones hit 58% of their shots from the field, 70% from three. And for the game, they hit 29 out of 33 from the free throw line. That's 88%. For the game, Braylon Barnes had 29, Jay Tyler, 25. And for Three Rivers, Matt Hampton just off to a great start this year. He had 26 points on 10 of 14 from the field. Antonio Williams with a double double of 20 and 10. But that's a big win for Jones against a good Three Rivers team.
For sure. And I don't think the final score, that 14-point differential, really tells the story on Three Rivers. I think they're very good. I think they just ran into a Jones buzzsaw. You know, Coach Mueller had that team ready to roll, and the ball just kept going in. But Three Rivers is definitely a team we're going to hear from a lot this season, I think. So, you know, great win there for Jones, as dangerous as anybody. I mean, you figure Three Rivers, you score 85 points in a night, you probably got a good chance to win, and all of a sudden you look up and you're getting drilled pretty good. So,
Well, I mean,
um,
the fighting Newton Mealers hit 70% from three in the first half.
that'll do it. That'll
That's hard.
that'll spice things up.
And when the team hits 29 out of 33 from the free throw line, they're not exactly giving you opportunities to chip away. So just one of those nights. Bobcats did their thing and stay undefeated on the season and continue to stay near the top of the polls. Speaking near the top of the polls, the JUCO Jam jinx strikes again. Trinity Valley went down on Friday night, 75-62 to Midland in the East-West shootout in Plano. Midland hit 10 out of 20 from three. Darius Carr and Nicholas Anthony, 16 points apiece off the bench. Manny Henderson led Trinity Valley with 15. It was Adi Labaki. And we wish our best to Greg Heyer. Had a little heart issue during the game, went to the hospital. He is on the mend. So we wish Coach Heyer the best in his recovery.
Yeah, this was a game that everybody had circled. This was a big one. We knew Midland was much improved. Got to see them quite a bit this fall, and was really excited for this one. No Zadi Labaki is a big deal, right? I mean,
The difference
that's
maker.
yeah, one of the best players in the country. So expect Trinity Valley to bounce back from this. No problem. But um, Midland really showed something here. I think just the plan going into it, Coach Isaac and I had talked before the game, and he kind of laid out what his thoughts were. And sure enough, they went out and they just really executed. And I think being able to have a really good plan like that early in the season and get the guys to fully execute on it, you're just way ahead of where a lot of other teams are. At that point, guys, especially in junior college, when there's so many new players every year, everybody's trying to get everybody to be able to find themselves early. But if you've got a team that's really executing like that early on, that can really set you up for a big season.
And two teams that we are both confident that they're going to have a big season this year was the battle in Daytona. Northwest Florida State goes on the road, picks up a really important 101-99 win in overtime over the Falcons. For Northwest Florida, Demarion Van Kelly had 24, Braylon Roman 23, DJ Shine with 21. Daytona was led by Trey Wilson with 25, Noah Mindy with 23. Northwest Florida, they just shot the lights out from three, 14 out of 24, 58%. Daytona hit only 8 out of 29 for 28%. That was probably the difference in the game, in a very, very good basketball game played at a high level with two teams that if I was a prognosticator, I would say we will see in the national tournament in Hutchinson, Kansas.
Yeah, I mean, these are two of the best teams in the country that could absolutely either one win a national championship. I think for Daytona, obviously taking away the silver lining here is, hey, we had a really bad shooting night and we were right there.
Yeah.
So the rest of the pieces were executing. The ball just wasn't falling that night. So while you come away and you're disappointed with the loss, you got to look at it and say, hey, like we're where we need to be against a team like Northwest Florida, and we lose a game on an off shooting night. Okay, we can live with that, right? But Demarion Van Kelly showing out why he's one of the best players in the country. Braylon Roman, DJ Shine. I mean, the guard and wing play at Northwest Florida is as good as anywhere in the country. So two teams that, yeah, I think we'll see in Hutch.
Yeah, and just a lot of depth from both squads. On Saturday, Vincennes goes on the road and they pick up an important win for them over honorable mention Triton 74-59. Dayton Williams with 21, Jalen Calloway with 16. Calloway, really important player for Vincennes, did a great job of attacking the basket, staying aggressive offensively. Triton was led by Brandon Davis, was 16. I was not as familiar with his game, a transfer from St. Petersburg, I believe, and he was a really fun player to watch. Probably the difference in the ball game. Vincennes did a great job rebounding, 46 to 30, including 13 offensive rebounds. So kind of that typical Coach Franklin type of game. They just kind of leaned on you and leaned on you, and they kept getting rebound after rebound. And Triton playing without head coach Brian Burns. I think Triton is one of these teams that might be setting itself up for a post Thanksgiving run where I could see this team getting really, really hot in the second half of the season.
Yeah, I mean, this was a gut check game for Triton, right? They went in there, they weren't as physical as they needed to be to win a game like that. And so, that's I think the takeaway for them is, hey, we can score the ball, we can play defense, we can do all those sorts of things, but we really have to toughen up because against a team like Vincennes, I mean, that's the mantra for Vincennes is how tough are you, right? And so Triton, yeah, I think will come away from this with a lot written down as far as things that they need to improve on, and they'll get to work on it. I fully expect to see Triton in the mix at the end of the season. They definitely have improved from what I saw in the fall. And so, if they can continue that trend, they're going to be just fine. But this Vincennes team is very good. Dayton Williams, one of the best guards in the country. And we know how Todd Franklin does when he has a top guard. So Vincennes absolutely a team to watch out for.
And speaking of toughness, Odessa, number 15, Odessa at the time, defeats Panola 63-44, also in the East-West shootout in Plano. Odessa, just a typical bucket team. They're gonna press you, play a little zone, but they are tough and they rebound. And I think a little bit better guard play this year than he's had in the past few years. This is a team that I'm really high on. I think they're going to be an absolute nightmare to play against.
Yeah, the way that Odessa plays, it's not for everybody, right? Like you're really having to lock into the system and the style, and sometimes it can take a little bit to get those wheels going. And so, Odessa with a big win here, again early in the season, they've not even played up anywhere near up to the expectation, I think, for Coach Bucket. So as they continue to get closer to that goal, we're going to really see another one of those just grind you into the ground type Odessa teams that can beat anybody on any given night.
But I think they got a little bit more offensive punch than they've had in
They do.
in years past, which kind of excites me, right? Soft men need not apply for Odessa. I mean, only the tough survive. Um, I mean, Bucket's just gritty. I like this team. I think this could be a special squad for the Wrangler Nation. All right, a great matchup. As the games kind of laid out on Saturday, uh, kind of the crown jewel at the end of a great day of hoops. We had Indian Hills going on the road to Snow, to Big Badger country. Snow comes away with an 80-71 win. Sean Feltz, terrific. 10 out of 11 from the field, 24 points, 8 rebounds. McCaden Adams, 23 points. Yes, I'm getting text messages whenever he misses a free throw. 11 for 13. Once again, the free throw percentage is going down. We believe in you, McCaden. Hang in there. Get your reps in. 23 All-American performance by him. For Indian Hills, came away really impressed with Sawyer Mayhew, the big guy, 18, 6 for 7 from the field, hit both threes. The difference in this game really similar to the Vincennes game. Snow really good on the boards, 44-32. I mean, it's going to take a really good effort to beat this Snow team. They are better than I thought they would be this soon in the year.
Yeah, I think there's some players that maybe had some question marks, not whether or not are they any good, but how much have they really developed and grown. Sean Feltz is one of those. Sean, we knew was a talented player, but to this point, the start of the season just hadn't really shown quite how good he can be, and now he's out there being an absolute game changer. Big shout out to Indian Hills for going and playing this game. These types of games make junior college even better as a whole, right? These are the types of games that really really mean something, and I think they're also the types of games that coaches can really lean on later in the season. You go out, you play a tough gritty snow team on the road like that. Coach Cole Dewey's going to have a lot of positives he can take away from this, and again, these are two teams that I do think that we'll see at Hutch again. And it's exciting because there's just so much talent all over both of these squads.
All right, Brandon, I got two points for you. I would love to get your response on it. One, I think just as a fair and balanced approach to the Indian Hills weekend, I think it is worthwhile to mention that they did play and defeat Salt Lake on Friday night before this game. But I want to get your thoughts on a guy like Sean Feltz, a big guy, right? I get 6'10-ish. Um, Sometimes those guys don't always develop like linearly, right? And they take these big leaps and bounds. And I think whether it's Phelps or Bliss or McCaden Adams, I think that these guys are going to benefit 10x by returning to snow for the second season. I'm sure that those guys all had options to transfer after their first year, but I think we're seeing some of these sophomores that have improved just leaps and bounds between their freshman and sophomore year. You're very connected in the recruiting world. You're into this much more than I am. Is that just a hasty generalization, or is that something that you're seeing and feeling as well?
No, I think that's absolutely a real thing. Because even if you have a good freshman season, it's still hard to get recruited right now, right? Like every year older you are, the better opportunity you have. It used to be like, hey, we can get a guy with 3 to play. That's not really the
Eh,
narrative that the
We're
Division
just
One
worried about
guys are
next
going
year.
with. It. Yeah,
We're just
that's it, right? Like that's not like, hey, we got him, and now we got him for sure for 3 years. Like that's not necessarily a thing anymore.
It's a 1 year
So
contract.
yeah, exactly. So D1 coaches are really just looking at from year to year. So, if a player says, well, I could leave right now for maybe this situation that is not ideal for me, but it's what I have, or I stay, I continue to develop, and then all of a sudden, like a Sean Feltz, make a big jump up. That transition time from year one to year two is just massive at all levels. It happens everywhere, right? If you're a high school kid and you go to JUCO, and then stay that second year, if you go straight to Division 1, same thing, right? We see just a really really big step a lot of times. The guys are, as they get older, and they're stronger, and the speed is not as fast in year two. And so
Yeah,
for a
everything
guy
kind of
like
slows
Sean
down a little
Phelps,
bit for you,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, Sean, even this summer, you could see like the wheels were kind of spinning a little bit, like, oh my gosh, this, the speed of keeping up with all of this. And now, like, he's so locked in and performing at such a high level that he invested in himself. Coach Andrew May is investing in him, and now he's going to reap those benefits.
I love it. That's a great story. Brandon, if you will travel with me, let's go to the rundown.
Mm.
Um, this week there were no top 25 games against each other. So we went to the big board and we pulled out a few matchups that we were kind of juiced about that may be low key under the radar games. I'm going to throw a couple at you. We're going to start in the Jayhawk State. Tonight, as we record this on Tuesday, Murray State at Cali. Murray State, that Coach Davis, that guy can recruit. He gets a little diamond in the rough every year that's off the grid, and you come away and you're like, who is that guy? And why is he so good? And how could only Josh Davis find him going against the great Donnie Jackson, the Cali Tigers? This will be a very good basketball game. What are your thoughts, BG?
Yeah, Murray State much improved, right? This is a really good team that on any given night can go out and beat you. And I promise you, Donnie Jackson's going to have the guys ready to go. Cali is unbelievable again, just tough and physical and up and down. And very difficult to prepare for. So, but Murray State's no slouch. Like I said, much, much, much improved. Has some real talent there, and this should be a really good one.
Yeah, really looking forward to that one. And then tomorrow night, we'll say Wednesday night because this is going to get really confusing as people are watching this. Butler, the Grizzlies take on Coffeyville in Coffeyville. This is a great way to start the 24 game Jayhawk conference season. Butler, Coffeyville. Brandon, what are you thinking there?
I mean, I know what I'm going to be watching on Wednesday night.
Let's go.
This is going to
Tape
be such a good
Survivor. I
game.
want you to tape Survivor in the
Yeah.
Amazing Race. Table that.
Okay.
I want you to go
And
directly to the Red Raven Sports Network, my friend. This is going to be
I'll
a great
set the
night.
TiVo. I'll set the TiVo
It-
and
yeah,
uh, and
get
watch
you some
watch my
get you some
stories.
honey chipotle chicken crispers and just let the good times happen.
Yeah, I'll watch my stories later. But Butler at Coffeyville is definitely the one to watch on Wednesday night. A little bit different styles here. The way they play, I love when those kind of two competing thoughts collide in a
Little
major game
fire and
like
ice.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, let's go. No, it's gonna be good. This is gonna be a really good one. The way that Butler plays, the way that they make you change the way that you want to play a lot of times is just such a real tenet for them. But Coffeyville, they've got Rashid and they've got Daniel, and they've got these big, strong, tough, physical dudes that can switch all over the place and can just go out and grab every rebound. It's going to be cool. It's going to be a fun one.
Friday night, North Idaho, a little bit under the radar North Idaho team. They were good last year, maybe didn't get the recognition that I thought they deserved. We recognize you. We see you.
We see you.
Um, and they beat a good Eastern Florida team in the Battle of the Boot. But they travel to the Gila Valley and take on Eastern Arizona. Coach Cameron Turner does a great job there with a couple of really talented big guys, Ryan Hunt and Treacher. Um, little under the radar. This is a good basketball game Friday night. I hope Lee Patterson is on the call on YouTube. They do a great job at Eastern Arizona.
Yeah, this one I think is really a kind of find yourself game for Eastern Arizona. They haven't played up to their level of expectation so far this year. A couple tough ones, a couple that they probably should have either won or been closer in at least. And so it's find yourself time, right? Like, okay, we didn't start out the way that we maybe had hoped. This is a great opportunity for us to get a big win against a very good North Idaho team, and then kind of use that momentum for the rest of the season and kind of put this all back together here. Whereas for North Idaho, what an opportunity to get a huge road win if they can. Eastern Arizona is tough. They are incredibly skilled. They've got a bunch of Division One players. Coach Cameron Turner does a great job. So
And they'll have a
big
nice
opportunity for
crowd
North
there,
Idaho.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
little environment. I mean, that's one of the nice things about if you are brave enough to go to the Gila Valley and play Eastern Arizona. They always have a nice crowd. It's a fun environment. It's a great place for a basketball game. Brandon, Saturday, I'm going to give you two games here, let you see what direction you go to it. This is kind of like choose your adventure on Saturday. We have Northern Oklahoma Tonkawa plays New Mexico. New Mexico, we don't know New Mexico, right? They haven't had a schedule that's tested them yet. And then we have two traditional blue bloods, two of the four winningest programs in junior college basketball history. Southeastern, the mighty Blackhawks versus the Moberly Greyhounds. Brandon, what are you most excited about on Saturday? No wrong
I
answers.
really, yeah, there's no wrong answers.
No
No
wrong
wrong answers
answers.
here. I'm interested to see this New Mexico game. I think we've kind of all been waiting for New Mexico to take that next step in the WAC. This is a good opportunity for them against a good Tonkawa team, and the WAC is loaded up once again. And who's honestly, I can't pick it for who's going to come away with the title there, but New Mexico is absolutely throwing their hat in
Do
the
you
ring.
want to rank the Whack Jack right now where you think they're gonna finish? You
I
can
don't
open
think
up
I
Brand.
do.
It's Brandon. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, I'm good on that. I'm good on
Yeah,
that.
I don't know.
Southeastern Moberly, just a great historical matchup. You're sitting there on Saturday and looking for some great basketball to watch. You're not going to go wrong with that one.
It's the nostalgia Juco Jam game of the week. All right, guys. When we return, we are going to have Coach Jay Herkelman from Coffeyville join us in the spotlight. Stick with us. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Intensity fuels these champion student athletes to greatness. Zurich Insurance is proud to be the official provider of student athlete insurance for the National Junior College Athletic Association. Throughout the highs, we cheer along to their screams of victory. Throughout the lows, we support them through their tears of defeat. Zurich Insurance, helping student athletes play the sport they love.
Welcome back to Juco Jam. We are in the spotlight. We are super honored to be with head coach Jay Herkelman from Coffeyville. Coach, I know this is always a little bit awkward when someone reads your bio, but bear with me for a second. You've been the head coach at Coffeyville since 1995, entering the season 766 wins, but the most impressive part, a 758 winning percentage. You're inducted into the NJCAA Hall of Fame in 2018. Of course, you won the national title in 21, 12 trips to Hutch. Coach, thanks so much for joining us on Juco Jam today.
Thanks for having me, guys. Glad to be with you.
Man, it's a real honor. You've really accomplished everything that can be accomplished at the JUCO level. What do you enjoy most about coaching junior college today?
Um, wow. Yeah, it's what I am. I'm a JUCO guy. I went to junior college myself. I played junior college ball um, back in Iowa. Went to Southeastern Iowa and played for a Hall of Fame coach, Jim Wyatt, way back then. And so I got my, you know, introduction to JUCO back then. But since I've been here, it's just been a great experience for me, and I just really like helping these young dudes kind of reach their goals. They come in here and want to get to the highest level that they can potentially play at, and just helping them along their way. I get a lot of joy out of that.
Do you have a favorite road trip or story from your time at Southeastern? I mean, back in the day, that place was packed every night, right?
Yeah, yeah, we had junior college ball back then in Iowa. Everybody was Division One, and so now they got a great Division Two league. But Kirkwood, who won the D2 league, they were a Division One, or they won the D2 national championship last year. They were a Division One school, but everybody in Iowa was, and we used to play Vincennes back when Sparks was the coach over there at Vincennes years ago, and we played Moberly, played against Gerald Wilkins, who played in the NBA, and Moberly when they used to play in that little crackerback box gym that they had back then. And yeah, it was a different world of junior college back then, that's for sure.
What was the loudest arena? Southeastern had to be the loudest, right?
Yeah, back then Southeast, we got really good crowds.
Yeah.
Indian Hills didn't have the tradition that they have now. They were actually in a different town at that time. But they that rivalry wasn't there yet. We had rivalries with other people, and when we played Moberly, when we played Vincennes, those two games were usually pretty full and pretty intense.
Yeah, those are some of the great blue blood rivalries. We'll go to this year, right? Number
Yeah.
three in the country. You're off to a great start. What are you enjoying the most about this Coffeyville team?
Just being around these guys. We've got a great group of guys that fun to be around every day. We've got a wide variety of guys because we've got 8 international kids, and the thing that we found the last few years is those guys just they love ball. They're about the right things. They go to class. They're in the gym extra, but they got great personalities. And it's fun to get to know guys from all different areas. Like we got a couple guys from Denmark. We got Konstantin Popovic back from last year. He's from Serbia. We got obviously Rashid Kuda and Daniel Tomboy, both guys from Africa. And then we added another guy from Africa, Jeremiah is it Ibiziaco. Uh, we got guys from New Zealand, got guys from Canada. We got them from all over. So blending those guys together, it was pretty cool early just to see all their different personalities and how they were going to get along. But the biggest thing that I've gotten out of this year so far is just I really like being around these guys every day, and that's a good thing because it's a long year from the start
Spend a
of
lot
this
of time
thing.
with them.
Spend a lot of time with them, and we're getting ready to start this long Jayhawk journey of 24 conference games. And so you better like your guys this time of year because by the end of it, things could change. But I don't see that happening with these guys. I really like being around them.
One of the guys that Brandon and I both like, I know he went to Brandon's JA48 event, Rashid Kuda, the 6'7" sophomore, averaging 13 and 7. And I love the fact that he's shooting 80% from the free throw line. Tell us a little bit about your big man inside.
Just love the guy. I mean, Brandon got to know him this summer, being at two of his camps that he had, and besides being a good player, and he's an absolute warrior on the basketball floor, but off the floor, with his physique of 6'7", 245, just muscle bound, he's the nicest guy in the world. People on campus absolutely love him. Our coaching staff, our boosters. But every day, he knows he and I have such a good relationship. I can coach him really hard, and he knows it's not personal. And it's great because you get a guy like that that's back that now he's signed with North Texas and looked upon as maybe our best player. And the freshmen see how hard I coach him, but also see the type of relationship that we have. It really helps the chemistry of our team. But yeah, when school got out, I tell people this all the time. When school got out last year, he wasn't able to go home. And so we got him a job on campus. Well, we got him a job with maintenance. And he worked from 6 a.m. to 2:30 every day, Monday through Friday. Never late, never complained. The maintenance guys loved him. He would go take a nap and then he'd come over to the gym, lift weights, and go to work, work out. And I just, wonder how many other kids, from the United States would do that, where you go, hey, I'll get you a job, and they're fired up about that, but then say, okay, it's with maintenance. And not too many of them would last the whole summer like he did. So just a great person, great character guy, and obviously a very good basketball player.
That's a great story. And I know you're going to give me some good coach speak here, but what are the areas of focus that you want to see from your Red Raven squad to get back to the national tournament at the big stage at Hutch in the final 24?
Yeah. One thing I'm starting to see a little bit of already, which is great, is being a really good defensive team. And being a team that's going to be able to go rebound the ball. And besides Rashid and Daniel Tomboy was the second leading rebounder in our conference last year at 8.5 rebounds a game. We got him back, but we moved him to the small forward position. So now we got Rashid and one of our other forwards, to go along with we either got Ulysses Webb, and to go with Daniel, we got Jeremiah Biziaco, as I mentioned before. Wamba, we got him. And so we got good size, and we can go, I think, rebound the ball. We got big wings, 6'4", 6'5" wings. So making an impression on these guys early on about guarding and rebounding. I think our team offensively, we've already gotten compliments from some of the schools that we played about our ball movement and our unselfishness that we have with our team, which is great. But being able to be a good defensive team and being a team that can go rebound the ball is something that we want to be able to do every single night.
Those are two things that translate, especially in the national tournament, right? Even the shots
Yeah.
may not always be there, but if you can defend and rebound, you can give yourself a really good chance.
For sure. And going through this conference schedule, like we're getting ready to start tomorrow night of 24 conference games, we got some long road trips, and we got 6-hour road trips in the state of Kansas that we have to take. And, there's going to be nights that, your shot isn't going to be there. But if you can guard and you can rebound the ball and give yourself a chance in the last 5 minutes of the game, if we can do that continually throughout the year, hopefully we can get back to the national tournament. And I think we have a team built that if way down the line, if we would get there, can compete against anybody nationally. I saw a lot of the teams in the different JUCO events going down to Norman and then down to the one down Fort Worth the next week and up in Kansas City. So we saw a lot of the teams and body wise, I think we can match up with people and then it comes down to, just having the toughness and, being able to get some breaks along the way.
All right, coach. I've given you some real softball questions. You warmed up a little bit. Now I'm going to turn it over to the heavy hitter, Mr. Goebel.
Yeah.
He's going to have something special for you. Mr. Goebel?
All right. Coach, I need you to stay with me here. I need you to just, we're going to do a little imagination practice here, okay? Imagine
Okay.
Rashid comes up to you. Yeah. Rashid comes up to you on the bus after a great win and says, Coach, I'm real hungry. We got to stop and eat. And fortunately for you, like an oasis in the desert, there's the glow of the red and green sign of a Chili's. So you guys pull into that Chili's parking lot. Now, we know Rashid's going to go in there and do some damage. He might put the place out of business. But what are you going to order when you go into Chili's?
I'm a simple guy. I mean, I like a good old burger and if my players aren't with me, I'm going to have a beer, but burger and some fries and pretty simple stuff for me. So, yeah, especially at a place like Chili's, they got good burgers.
There you go. There you go. I like it, Coach. Well, good luck the rest of the way this season. We'll be rooting for you and the Red Ravens. When we come back, we're going to get into the grind.
As the second largest intercollegiate athletic association in the country, the NJCAA serves not only a pivotal role in college athletics, but in higher education. The NJCAA Foundation aims to move the association forward through resources, grant programs, and other special initiatives. Your gift to the NJCAA Foundation will make a difference and create opportunities.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
Welcome back to Juco Jam. One of our favorite parts of the show. We're going to actually talk about some of the kids that are excelling. We're going to go to the grind where we talk about a junior college player playing well right now. We're going to go to Vincennes, Indiana. We're going to talk about Dayton Williams, the 6'4", 190-pound lefty. I'm going to call him a wing. He can guard 1 through 4. Is he a 2? Is he a 3? He's just one of Coach Franklin's favorites. 17.5 points a game, 9 rebounds coming into the Triton game, 21 points and 5 boards Saturday. I think he's one of those kids who certainly will benefit or has benefited from coming back to junior college for his sophomore year. His game has really blossomed and evolved. I know you had him at your events this summer. What are your thoughts about Dayton and kind of where you see him fitting in at the next level, Brandon?
Yeah, fantastic kid. Awesome kid, which is really a great place to start. When you're recruiting a player to the Division I level, character just means so much these days, especially I think at the Division I level where a lot of times it's like JUCO now, right? You're bringing in all these different guys and stuff. How do you get people to fit in faster? Well, start with great kids, right? And then of course he's tough as can be, which you have to be to play for Coach Franklin. And he's just really excelled and bought into what's important there. 6'4", great body, great size, lefty, sneaky lefty that can really just kind of do a little bit of everything. Really excited to just kind of see him continue to be the leader of this squad and take them deep into the season, and then really kind of see what that turns into for him, in reaping the benefits of all that hard work that he's done on the recruiting trail.
Yeah, I think he, naturally probably a pretty good defensive player, and he has that quick leaping ability where he can block shots and do some of the things that Craig Porter did for Vincennes on their national title run. He's an improved 3-point shooter. I think that was something in his game as a freshman that he was not consistent with. He certainly got more consistent there. One thing that I've noticed this year than last, he's been much better, but much more aggressive at going to the basket and kind of reading angles. So it's just fun to see these kids evolve and blossom from year one to year two. On another note, Brandon, you probably know this. He's a kinesiology major, and he was an academic All-American.
Yeah,
So
real smart too. That helps.
Not just an athlete, good student as well. And like you said, he's a great kid, and wish him the best the remainder of the season. We're going to transition to the show where we're going to talk about two guys. We're going to do a double dip. Two guys who excelled at the junior college level, who have gone on to do really cool things in Division I. Ring Malith and Miles Thompson, the national champions from Barton with Coach Combs. They left Barton. They go to SIUE. I'll talk about Malith's stats first. 6'9", 180 pounds. He's from South Sudan. But listen to these stats, Brandon. 17.8 points, 6.5 boards. He's an elite defender. He started all 34 games last year. As you know, in his first season at SIUE, he averaged 11-7. So he's jumped from 11-7 to 18-7, getting 28 minutes a game. Miles Thompson, 6'7", 240, a big lefty. It's a good day for lefties on the show. Last season, 6 points, 4 boards. He started one game. He started all games so far this year. He's bumped up to 11-7, 29 minutes a game. I thought this was a misprint. I double-checked this. He was a 28% free throw shooter last year, Brandon. 20 for 72. This year, he's improved 50%. 7 for 9.
I think that's good. Yeah.
7 for 9. But, Ring Malith, this guy's going to have a professional career. At his size, he is a prototype NBA 3-and-D wing.
Yeah. I mean, he's just really, really taken this huge step. I remember sitting there with you at Hutch talking about Ring and him growing up dribbling a basketball outdoors on purpose so that he would hit rocks on the ground, so that when the ball would go, like his reaction time and things like that. And it's just great to see him excelling here at SIUE. Coach Baroni done a fantastic job recruiting these kids and keeping them both there, right? I mean, that's the hardest part right now. You got a guy like Ring that averaged 11-7 last year. A lot of times those kids are saying, okay, I'm headed to the SEC, I'm headed to whatever. And Ring saw, I think, what they were building there at SIUE, and both these guys just really bought in. Shout out Joel Thompson, Miles' dad. I call him the mayor of Hutchinson.
Friend of the program.
Friend of the program. Miles is just that, like what you would expect, just this gritty, tough. He was a wrestler, I think.
Quarterback too, right? Is he a
quarterback? All the things.
Yeah.
All the things.
Checked all the things. He's the basketball version of Tim Tebow.
Yep. And he had some health issues when he was in junior college, and so seeing him like really excel here now on this team is just great. I think they've both done a fantastic job, and it's definitely a box score that I check every time there's an SIUE game. If I don't get to watch it, and if I do get to watch it, I'm tuning in to watch these guys. So
that's great. Yeah, wish them, the best of luck. Let's see if we can get SIU to the tournament. Let's get them dancing this year. Like, these guys are winners.
Dancing again.
Let's
dancing
go
again, man.
Continue. All right, that concludes this portion of the program. Stick with us. After this next commercial break, we're going to get into our closing thoughts. We call it the 6 Man. Stay with us.
Intensity fuels these champion student athletes to greatness. Zurich Insurance is proud to be the official provider of student athlete insurance for the National Junior College Athletic Association. Throughout the highs, we cheer along to their screams of victory. Throughout the lows, we support them through their tears of defeat. Zurich Insurance, helping student athletes play the sport they love.
Welcome back to Juco Jam. This is the sixth man. We'll start with a little public service announcement. Next week is Thanksgiving. Unfortunately, there will be no show, but let's all have a moment and just give thanks. Be grateful for junior college basketball, all the players, the coaches, all those who support them within the programs. But we have an event next week that is worth discussing. It's the Pensacola State Thanksgiving Classic, Brandon. It's where we bring in 10 programs over 3 days, and it's a smorgasbord of junior college greatness. I'm going to just randomly give you opening day matchups. React any way you want to react. I'm not coaching you here. Tallahassee versus Wallace-Hansville, Gulf Coast versus Jones, Northwest Florida, Panola, Chipola, Trinity Valley, Pensacola, Daytona. React to me.
And go. Man, what a slate of games to start off with, by the way. Goodness gracious. That Gulf Coast Jones game is going to be a fun one. That one I'm really excited about that.
Love that. Let's drill down on golf for a second. All right. I just picture yourself. Coach Blue, second year in the program, trying to get to the national tournament. Jones, Daytona, Panola. 3 games in 3 days.
Yeah.
What a week to make a statement. I mean, any team who wins 3 makes a huge statement.
Yeah.
Any team who wins 2 is a really strong statement. Trinity Valley is another, they go Chipola, Pensacola, and Northwest Florida. So combined, Trinity Valley is playing 3 teams that have a combined 1 loss.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, these we talked earlier about Indian Hills going out to snow, how good that is for junior college. Events like this are massive as well. And so, there's going to be some really good teams that, take a punch down there and
that's
maybe
okay.
drop one or something. Yeah,
okay.
It's okay. Voters, I'm just saying, we don't have to cascade down, a ton of spots for 1 loss. You go out, play games like this, and you come out 2-1. Hey, maybe you're moving up in those polls, right? So,
all right, yeah. Well, we shouldn't punish them; they should be rewarded, right? And we need to be. If you have a vote, you have to watch these games. I want to ask you before I let you go, one particular game, Chipola, Trinity Valley. How many points will it take to win that game? Will either team hit 50s?
Final score
is 48 enough?
I think final score is actually going to be a barn burner, 53-51.
That's
either
how
direction.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. Man, it's going to be awesome. Brandon, wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving. Hope everybody out there has a great Thanksgiving as well. Hopefully we've given you some games to get plugged in. Some good stuff to watch. Until next time, hope everybody has a great junior college sports week, and we'll see you again in the first week of December.